spielen heute hier mit Will Evans, einem der Entwickler von Lego Marvel Avengers, der uns das Spiel heute zeigen wird. Er spielt, ich werde ein bisschen mit ihm plaudern, werde ihm Fragen stellen, ja. Yeah, I see it's loading now. What can you tell us about the game?
Well, essentially, what we're trying to do is this is more of a spiritual successor to our Lego Marvel Superheroes. It was an absolutely amazing game that went down absolutely amazingly, and we're really excited to be showing this today. What we're trying to do is we're trying to take all the lessons that we learned from Lego Marvel Superheroes, put it through sort of Lego Avengers goggles, and just basically try and make it bigger, better, more exciting. 100 new characters that we're putting into this game. We're basically just trying to take everything that we had, all the feedback and everything, and just make this an utter Marvel fanboy's dream, basically. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take you through some of our open world gameplay. So we've got the main hub to show you and all the relevant quests and things that we can do. We're going to show you some new characters. We're also going to travel to another hub as well. So additional to Lego Avengers, as opposed to Lego Marvel Superheroes, we actually have external hubs as well as Manhattan. So in Lego Marvel Superheroes, all you had was Manhattan, but in this we actually go further than Manhattan, and we actually explore some areas linked to Avengers Assembled and to Avengers Age of Ultron. So we're just trying to show that we've absolutely packed this game out for things to do and things to see, even around the story levels as well. Cool. Okay. So
as you just said, it contrary to Lego Marvel Superheroes, it's directly based on the movies, isn't it?
Yeah. Whereas Lego Marvel Superheroes was based on what like an original story that we had written. Lego Marvel Avengers basically takes place over Age of Ultron and Avengers Assembled. But in between that, we also have 3 levels that are based on the Phase 2 Marvel films. So that would be Iron Man 3, Thor 2, and Captain America 2 as well. So there are levels that are in there. And also it gives us we're branching into the comics, the Avengers comics, all the way back from the 60s. So we have
all the characters.
Yeah, as you can see, all the classic characters that you can see there. We're also delving into some of the TV shows, so like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff. We have references to that. We have characters that appear from Hulk, Agents of Smash and things as well. So we're really trying to branch out as much as we can within the Avengers family, but also really keeping it as fun and interesting as we possibly can from all the fun bits from Lego Marvel Superheroes. So hopefully it's a really nice blend. Cool. So without further ado, I'll change ourselves up to Iron Man. Okay, so this is the Manhattan hub that we're flying around in at the moment. Okay. So it's an utterly gigantic hub. It stretches all the way back into the distance, which you can see there, all the way back to the Avengers facility, which is located in the south part of the island, obviously taken from Age of Ultron. As we're flying around here, it goes all the way back to the financial district, and then beyond that to the Statue of Liberty, Avengers Tower. You can see there also in that background there'd be things like Sanctum Sanctorum, PIM Laboratories, where Ant-Man and stuff. So we're basically trying to pack it full of absolutely tons of references. Now in the bottom left hand corner you can see that is our mini map. Every single dot that you can see on that map is essentially a quest. It's a character to unlock. It's something to see. It's a race to do, a collectible. It's something to do in this hub, and as you can see, it's absolutely packed full of things to see and things to do. As you can see now, flashing on my map, you can see a little shield icon just on the left hand side. If I fly towards it, this is actually something that's brand new to Lego Marvel Avengers, and this is one of our dynamic crime events. So as you're flying around the city, you'll basically get a call, which will be, you need to help out with someone.
So they're like randomly generated?
A randomly generated crime. So even after you complete this game, even after you've gone and 100% in it, you can come back in, and while you're having fun with your characters and doing things, there will always be new events happening. And so in that case, we were basically helping somebody who was getting attacked, but you might, for example, have to go and stop like a car chase, or you might have to help somebody who's having their purse robbed. So there's all kinds of different things that actually happen. And like I said, we're basically just trying to make it so that the fun essentially never stops. So we've got like an entire new roster of characters in the game. Like I said, over 100 new characters altogether to be added in. But even some of the starting off with some of the characters that are returning, for example, like Iron Man. If I can just bring up say, for example, Captain America. So we team these two guys up. Now these are two classic Avengers. What we're going to do is we're going to start a little quest here. This is with Daredevil. Basically, he wants a bit of help dealing with some goons who are turning up, and he wants some help fighting the goons. So if we accept his mission, we're going to get some goons spawning in. Now we've really gone above and beyond with the animations and things in Lego Marvel Avengers. So now you have a special ability that if you team up with a fellow Avenger, you can do these really cool team up moves where you actually have a like animation that's split between you, where you can take on enemies, and that's more of like a splash damage attack where you can take out a couple of enemies at once, or if you want to, every character has their own unique finishing animation, a couple of different finishing animations, and that's done by charging up the bar in the top left hand corner that you can see there. So as you kill enemies, you'll basically fill up that bar, as you can see there, and then you can either trigger the event, or you can take them on yourself if you want, and you can have a cool thing and hopefully not die like I've just done there.
Yeah, but I think this more complex fighting system fits with the style of the
Yeah,
Avengers,
that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
It's how can we take something that we did really well previously, but then how can we adapt that into a Lego Avengers style? And obviously, Avengers is all about teaming up. It's all about working together. And so a lot of the new systems in the game basically rely on doing team up moves. So it's not just, for example, combat. There is actual mechanics in the game where you actually have to have two characters together to, for example, progress through a level sort of thing. So they have to team up to work. So that's an actual mechanic that helps the player progress themselves. So I'll just show some brand new characters that we're bringing into the game, just so we can conscientious trying to save a bit of time. So Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. So like I said, we're not just doing all the really recent Avengers, we're also doing recent comic book Avengers. So Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, she obviously has the powers to be stretchy. She can sort of like float. She can become tiny if she wants to become small, and she can also become giant. And
So how long can you stay that giant?
You can stay like that for as long as you want, if that's what you wanted to. I just wanted to show you through. So she becomes we have big fig characters which are like Hulk, which are sort of like twice the size of a minifig. Then we have those giant characters like Kamala Khan can become a giant character, and we also have massive characters in the game as well. So we have Fing Fang Foom. He's a really good comic favorite. He's like a chef who's also a martial artist, who's also a crime fighter, but he also has the power to become this giant dragon as well.
Wow.
So he can actually. So we have these giant characters that can fly around as well. So not only just can we have tiny characters, minifig characters, big fig characters, mega characters. We also have these massive characters as well in the game that you can actually go around and enjoy. Just change them back. So yeah, so like as you can see, it's an entire roster of characters that range from Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes is his comic book version, Butterball, Captain America. We have classics like the Red Skull that are popping in, Thor Girl, and we also even have Jane Foster Thor. You know, to try just to try and show that we're actually up to speed and with all the comics. And then even that, we're actually keeping in speed with the TV shows that are actually popping up as well at the moment. So if I go and try and take us to a vehicle calling pad. For example, the new Netflix series, Jessica Jones. We also have Jessica Jones in the game. We have Luke Cage. We have Daredevil. So if you wanted to play around as Daredevil.
So he is based on the Daredevil from the TV series.
He's our comic book variant, but it's our way of sort of saying we know he's a very current character. We obviously wouldn't necessarily be allowed to get away with using the Netflix version, because obviously it's quite a bit more adult. But it's the same. It's the same with Jessica Jones. It's a very current character. But what we've done is we've actually gone back and explored her roots. So like if you know anything about Jessica Jones, she used to be a superhero called Jewel. So we have Jessica Jones in a Jewel variant. And then also like with the TV shows, for example, with Agents of Shield. So Agent Coulson, he has a car in particular. I don't know if you know much about the car. It's called Lola. It's his pride and joy, like a red convertible car. So that's also unlockable in the game. So if you want, you can kind of have these team ups where you're playing as Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, or you can have these team ups, for example, where you're playing as characters from Agents of Shield. And so we'll spawn in Agent Coulson's car. So this is Lola. Now it seems in a bit of an unfortunate placement here, because obviously it's like where we're going to drive. We're just going to drive off into the water. But most of the vehicles in our game will have a special ability which will actually allow us to fly the car around or to do something really cool with a special ability, with things like that. So again, it's basically all just about giving the player as much freedom as we can to try and make their own fun in the world. It's not about restraining them. It's not about telling them where to go. It's basically giving them a huge option of collectibles, of characters, of races to do in the hub as well. So we're just basically trying to make it as much fun as player can have in a hub, and take what we've learned from Lego Marvel 1, increase on it, build on it, try and make it better. And as I mentioned before, we have these extra hub areas, so I want to take you to one now.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to ask next. So Manhattan, we know from Lego Marvel Superheroes. Is it basically the same, or did you change it?
No, there are essentially what we've done is we've changed out quite a few of the buildings in there, so there's a few new locations that have swapped. Like, for example, we have the Avengers Tower in the game, and then we also have the Avengers facility at the bottom. So quite a few of the locations in the city have actually switched around. A lot of the buildings are sort of relatively the same geometry, but we've redone the art, we've redone the lighting and everything to make it look nice, to make it play better. There's a lot of things on the technical side as well, so technically it all plays better and it all loads in better as well. So there's a lot of work that's actually gone into it, even though some of the geometry might be the same, for example, because it's the same city ultimately. Yeah. But the big improvements that we've made is, like I said, now with the fact that we've got a better understanding of the technology used in the hub system, we now actually have a special hub team who works only on the hubs. Okay. So they make sure that the hubs are absolutely everything that they possibly could be. They're the ones who decide what all the quests are going to be. They're the ones who decides how it's all going to play out. And they're responsible essentially for making the hub the best experience can be. Because we get absolutely tons of feedback from Twitter fans and from Facebook fans who basically say, we want more hubs, we want more quests, we want more characters, these are the characters that we want. And we go out of our way, we really do try all the time to make sure that we're, I wouldn't say pandering, but I think that's the apt term, is that we kind of go, well, if there's enough call out for this particular character, there's loads of people going on about Butterball. Let's put Butterball in the game then, and we'll try and do something like that. And so we've expanded on the game, for example, by having a new hub area. So this is the Malibu hub. This is Tony Stark's Malibu hub. So again, this is an area that you can explore, do quests, do races, and seeing as we're in here, I wanted to show.
This all seems I'm not searching for it. It's like this. It's a little bit like it is in Lego Dimensions, isn't it? With all the hub world, with the different hub.
With all the hubs that come off it. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Essentially, we were just trying to find the best way to encapsulate all of these extra areas that we could fit into Lego Marvel Avengers, and we wanted to say, where could we go, how could we expand on this? And basically the hub team said we have the technology to expand and go to smaller hub areas if that's what you wish to do. And we said yeah, and we said what areas would fit best. So you have hub areas like this, for example, which is the Malibu hub from Iron Man 3. We have Washington DC from Winter Soldier, for Captain America 2 Winter Soldier, and we have the Asgard hub, so you can actually visit Thor's homeworld, and you can actually fly around this beautifully realised Asgard hub as well and do all quests in there. We have Barton Farm, we have South Africa from the Age of Ultron film, and we also have Sokovia, so you'll actually get to visit Sokovia again and do a whole bunch of new quests. So we have a whole bunch of new hubs, as well as Manhattan from the first game.